We will be talking about pyramidal tract. It is for fine distal skilled voluntary movements. It is of two types, corticospinal tract and corticonuclear tract. Corticospinal tract, the upper motor neuron ends in the motor nuclei of the anterior horn cell of the spinal cord, and the target muscle is supplied by the spinal nerve. Whereas in corticonuclear tract, the upper motor neuron ends in the motor nuclei of the cranial nerve in the brainstem, and the target muscle is supplied by the cranial nerves. Now I would be talking about origin of pyramidal tract. So 30% of the fibers, they arise from the primary motor area, 30% fibers arise from the premotor area, and remaining 40% of the fibers, majority, they arise from the primary sensory area. Now I would be talking about the pathway in detail. First order neurons, they arise from the bed cells. Bed cells are pyramidal neurons in cortex. Then the fibers pass through the midbrain pons, then they reach the medulla, and at lower medulla there is crossing of the pyramids, and 80% of the fibers, they cross, they decussate and continue as the lateral corticospinal tract, and these ends in the lateral nucleus in the anterior horn cell of the spinal cord, and they supply the limb muscles. The remaining 20% of the fibers, they don't decussate, and obviously they are called as anterior corticospinal tract or ventral corticospinal tract, and they decussate in the spinal cord, they decussate to opposite side in the spinal cord and reach the medial nucleus in the anterior horn cell of the spinal cord, medial nucleus in anterior horn cell of the spinal cord, and they supply the axial muscles. Usually there is 100% decussation of the corticospinal tract. So above the decussation, if there is a lesion, then there is contralateral hemiplegia, and below the decussation, if there is lesion, then there is ipsilateral hemiplegia. Thank you.